Hello, sweet souls. I am pre-recording this reading for Wednesday, July 30th, or whenever you find this reading. It is timeless, so we're going to call on St. Michael. St. Michael, please transmute all negative energy to positive, sent toward myself or the viewer. We're going to call on the Holy Spirit, angels, saints, spirit guides, and ancestors, and ask for a message for your greater good. We pray for truth and only truth, for the greater good of the beautiful collective. We're going to start with the Celtic cross. So let's see what's in the current energy. We are still in Mercury retrograde. It lasts until the 11th, and there is a shadow phase after Mercury retrograde. So a lot of weird stuff, things coming to the surface, past people trying to return, a lot of projections, a lot of karma being served. If there's anything in your energy that you need to clear out, it's going to come to the surface. Current energy for the beautiful collective. Current energy. Truth. There is truth coming to light. This has been a strong message. There's a lot of exposure that's coming during the retrograde period and even the shadow phase of the retrograde period. So the truth can't be denied. You know, when the Ace of Swords comes out, this is God's truth. God doesn't bring in truth that can't be proven. It is truth that comes out in a way that it cannot be denied. That's powerful. Truth. What is the obstacle? An ending. Someone is going to face an ending when this truth comes to light. It kind of came out yesterday. Now it's coming out again today. This is going to blow something out of the water. It is going to cause an unexpected end and transformation. Wow. What is the focus? Someone's planning. They're planning something. This is all they can focus on. They're making plans. I feel like it's the person that's being exposed that's planning something, but we'll see when we clarify. What is the past, recent past? Recent past, Ace of Pentacles. You received an opportunity, a financial blessing, a new job, or you started actively manifesting this in the recent past to come in. If it hasn't come in yet, it's here, it's in the energy. This can also represent you recognizing that you hold a gift and you focus on developing that gift in the recent past. All right, what is the beautiful collective strength? Okay. With the Two of Pentacles, this is your ability to multitask, your ability to have many irons in the fire. This could be that you had two projects going at once, a daytime job, a side hustle, two businesses. Your ability to multitask is a strength for you. What would cause an imbalance in others is a strength for you. What is near future? King of Pentacles. You're coming out very grounded, stable, financially secure, abundant in your energy. Taking charge with authority, being really creative. What is the advice for the beautiful collective? Advice. Take decisive action. Go after what it is you desire. Whatever you're being called to passionately pursue, they're saying, do it. Go after it. I love that. This can also be somebody rushing in to convey some sort of truth. We'll see when we clarify. What's in the environment? What is in the environment? In the environment, everyone can see the person that you were dealing with in the past that was cheating, lying, stealing. They are in mental anguish. They are haunted, and people in the environment know this person wants to return, but they cannot. They can't. They want to, though. All right. What is the hopes and fears? That you're gone for good. Not only that you're gone for good, but your life keeps getting better. That you being free of a specific energy, whether it's romantic, friendship, family, business, partnership, your life keeps getting better. Since you have left this situation, you're having victory in some way. And that is a fear for someone. What is the potential outcome? Ace of Cups. You learn to love yourself. You learn to rely on your intuition. You learn to set boundaries, maintain the energy and vibration of divine love, and attract people that are aligned with divine love. That's beautiful. Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. A love bomber and gaslighter. All right, let's do another round. So we can see in the current energy, truth is being exposed. All right. Please clarify this truth that's being exposed in the current energy. This truth has to do with a player energy that is being exposed. Can you give me one more on this player energy that's being exposed? It has to do has to do with the decision that was made by this player. Let me get one more. What is the decision? To love bomb or gaslight. People to change their perception. This is to create an imbalance for people as it pertains to you. The truth that you are speaking. To confuse people. Wow. The challenge, when this truth comes to light, this player is facing an ending. It's unavoidable. They can't lie their way out of this truth or this ending. Please clarify the death as the obstacle. The death as the obstacle. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of regret because part of the exposure that creates an ending has to do with this person's insane desire to accumulate wealth, their greed. This is divine intervention. The focus is a plan. Tell me about this plan and the focus. Tell me about this plan. See, this person had a plan to come back to the star and give an offer. This was their plan. Give me one more on the plan. Because they know they made the wrong decision. 4 cups on the fence, that's the blockage. But when this truth is revealed and this person faces this ending and all is exposed, this plan is going to be null and void. It wasn't going to work anyway, but they're going to know there's no way that I can enact this plan now. They're dealing with you, the Empress energy, who's already taken a leap of faith in a new direction. So in the past, we have the Ace of Pentacles, your gift, your blessing, your new opportunities, financial growth. Recent past. Recent past, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Walking away from people, places, or situations that aren't aligned for you and setting firm boundaries. Recognizing the value that you hold, whether it's the gift, whether it's opportunities, recognizing that you are no longer going to settle for less. You are going to take your gift and you're going to walk away. And you're going to set boundaries. You're not allowing people to come back in to your energy that you don't trust. Your strength, which is so interesting, what would create an imbalance for others became your greatest strength. You're able to multitask. So that's pretty amazing. I didn't get to ask anything. Tell me about collective strength. The reason that your strength is your ability to multitask is because everything you do from a space of love. With the 8 of Wands here, your strength could be how you communicate. You have clear, concise communication and you do it from a space of love. Your strength is also aligning with your fate and destiny, what is meant for you, following your passion. You could be doing things online, helping others. You could be traveling. All right, near future, King of Pentacles. Solid, safe, and secure. Stable energy. You're coming out as operating in your masculine energy, whether you're a man or a woman. You are taking charge with authority. You are really focused on what you can create, your stability, you're following your passion. It's a lot about knowing your value and worth. And whoever you were dealing with that was operating from ego and fear, they are seeing you very clearly now. They're seeing they underestimated your ability to create stability in your life. This was a soulmate that you turned your back on because they became a karmic to you. The advice, take decisive action. Go after your dreams. Knight of Swords. Again, Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords. Double confirmation. This is the boot in somebody's butt. Get going. Do it. King of Swords. You hold the sword of God's truth. You have the clarity. You know what you need to do. So get going. Take action. That's what I'm getting. Some of you could be overthinking about something, an idea, something that you have wanted to invest in or create. They're saying, make that decision. It's going to lead to financial gain. Do it. Don't overthink it. Just do it. In the environment, people can see this player energy is in mental anguish. They want to return. They made a mistake, but they can't. And everyone sees it in the environment. What's being seen in the environment? Mental anguish, mental anguish. I mean, this person could be on the verge of a mental breakdown. There is so much mental anguish. This person could be losing sleep. You know, this person definitely is feeling haunted in the environment, and everyone knows it. This could be coming out the way this person interacts with people. Acting short-tempered, lashing out at people in the environment. In the environment. Yeah. In the environment, people see you as very loving and kind, very intuitive, very nurturing, very creative, very, did I say intuitive? Yeah. This person sees, these people see in the environment that you've embraced a brand new beginning. You're just moving on. And you've become more stable by moving on. Some of you could have already called in a divine partnership, and people in the environment see how your life is so much more stable without this toxic player energy. Not so much for this person. Since you have walked away and taken your energy back, this person's wrecked. They're in a nightmare. Things are falling apart. They know they've made a mistake. Without accountability, without trying to make anything right, they just sit there in this mental anguish, trapped in fear. Your wishes are coming true, and everyone knows it in the environment. Since you've left, your wishes have come true, or they're on the way. And Ten of Pentacles, you're building a legacy. Wow. Empress energy. Hopes and fears, not only that you're gone, but since you've been gone, your life keeps getting better because it's spiritually led. Hopes and fears, Chariot. Yeah. Not only that you're gone, but you're happy, you're successful. And they're also afraid that people are going to notice this. This is a fear that light is going to shine on the fact they were the bad luck in your life. They were the dark cloud. That since you moved on, everything in your life has gotten better. Wow. The outcome, divine love. All about learning to love yourself, emanating that divine love, and attracting that divine love. Outcome. Outcome. Yeah. operating in divine love and the outcome, elevating, building something on your own, having so much confidence, courage, independence, prosperity, because you rely on your intuition. In this earth angel energy, you rely on your intuition, celebrating your freedom, celebrating that you are free to be yourself without someone trying to interfere. And you have someone watching your celebration, your good luck, things changing. This false emperor, they're watching your creative projects pay off. They're watching you move on to peace. While they're still in the energy of lying, cheating, and stealing, facing towers and trying to keep it hidden. Wow, that's crazy. All right, let's see. Do we want to do another round here? No, I think we're just going to clear it off. And we're going to do some more here. Let's see. Let's do the answer oracle. See what's in the energy. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. 15:55 on my timer. Expect change to occur. Change for good and change for the bad. Depending on where you are on that wheel. I mean, I know where my people are. You guys are getting blessed. But karmic energies, not so much. So let's look at this answer oracle. What's going on in the beautiful collective's energy? Yeah, you know, somebody's been fantasizing about being able to communicate with you with this dream and chat. But here's the thing. They know that they took a gamble and it backfired. This could be someone you have a family with. This can also be a family member. It could be both, honestly. These people were tested. If it's more than one, they were all tested and they failed. They failed the test. You see, you bent, but you didn't break. You were flexible. You shifted with grace, and this was unexpected. It was unexpected. No one expected that. Yeah. It's like you were in a commitment with someone. They didn't work with you. They weren't a team player. It was unrequited because it was imbalanced. You were giving more than this person was giving, and it was all due to jealousy. And this came out a few days ago. But the spiritual realm is saying this was all a part of your spiritual growth. You know, placing yourself first, learning to love yourself, having that spiritual strength so that you could align with your destiny. It was a part of the plan. It had to happen. So let's do the slippery deck. See how we do with this one. All right. Let's look at dream. Holy Spirit, clarify dream. Yeah, they're daydreaming about co-creating with you again. Communicating, getting back in your energy. This is what they're daydreaming about now. Let's look at chat. Yeah, they're trying to manifest communicating with you again. This is what they're manifesting. How can I get back into the collective's energy? How can I get them to trust me, to work with me again? This person took a gamble. And they're haunted. They're in mental anguish. Everything has backfired on this person. Let's look at family. They did it from ego. You may have had a family with this person, but this person was operating in ego due to jealousy. Anyone, even if it was your family members, including an ex, they were all operating in ego. Tell me about this exam. They failed the test. Exam. Tell me about exam. This person could also be getting news that they have an illness. Four of Swords. This could be a pretty significant illness for someone with death. We don't wish that for anyone, but that's what's coming out. Let's look at flexible. You bend, but you didn't break. You shifted with grace. It was an unexpected event. People underestimated your power because they were battling you left and right. And there was more than one, up to 5 people or more. Lying, cyberbullying, deceiving, doing anything to win at all cost. Part of winning had to do with destroying you. They had to destroy you to be the winner. Well, that didn't work out. That plan failed. Promise. This is someone you had a contract with, whether marriage, long-term commitment, business contract, whatever it was. There was a contract with this person. And now, you hear that thunder? Now this person has gone into a new contract, marriage contract, long-term commitment, and they're trapped. They're bound to that situation. Cooperation in reverse. They can't escape. Now they are in a one-sided relationship, just like you were in a one-sided relationship with them. Now they are bound to a marriage where they're in your shoes. They can't escape. There is no cooperation. This is a lesson for sure. Let's look at jealousy. They were jealous of you. So they were cheating, lying, and stealing, involving a third party for some of you. And this is why they are receiving exactly what they gave. That's the message I'm getting, which is drama, chaos, conflict. It's a nightmare. So they're getting back what they gave. That's the message I'm getting. With dream, this person's daydreaming about working with you again, being back in your energy again. Dream. Yeah, they're daydreaming about when they were with you and that they were happy. They're remembering when they were happy and it was with you. So all they can do is daydream now about being with you. They want to take reckless action, impulsive action towards you because they've changed their perspective now that the towers are falling in their life. This person's trying to manifest communication with you. Chat. It's the Emperor in reverse. Tyrannical, dominating, controlling tyrant. Whether it's a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. That's who's trying to manifest a chat. They took a gamble and now they're being haunted. Now they're in mental anguish. Gamble. Attached to the third party. And they're going broke. They feel left out in the cold by you. And they're broke. With family, this was someone that you could have a family with. It could also be family members that operated from a space of ego. They didn't like what you were speaking. They didn't like that you cut them off. They didn't like that you were co-creating with God and helping other people. They didn't like that you took a brand new leap of faith and you were receiving blessings. They didn't like this. So they were acting from a space of ego. They failed the test. I'm also getting this person from your past could be getting bad test results. This could be an illness. Exam. Yeah. So this illness, for those that apply to, has to do with them giving to a lot of partners. This was foolish. There was too many lovers involved, and they were doing this because of ego. It was feeding their ego. It was making them feel better because they are very insecure. They have low self-worth. Again, with death on the bottom of the deck, this could be a serious illness, a life-threatening illness. With flexible, you bent, but you didn't break. You shocked people because you had so many people out here trying to battle you, and they couldn't break you because God had your back. Flexible. Yeah, these people are shocked. They're shocked because you're so heavily protected. You have chaos, conflict, jealousy, and envy, possibly dark magic, if nothing else, heavy manipulation, confusion and illusion, and there was a Queen of Cups in reverse involved. This is an emotional manipulator that could have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in their chart. Doesn't have to be. They're shocked because of all that occurred to oppose you by so many people, and none of it worked because God is protecting you. Good try, though. It was a good try. Promise, you had a long-term commitment with this person and they did all of this nonsense. Now they're bound to a karmic marriage or long-term commitment, and the same thing is happening to them. Promise. Yeah, this person is... The Four of Swords on the fence can be stress, physical illness. They're not sleeping. They're not happy for sure. Yeah. Carrying heavy burdens on the fence. Another blockage. 10 of Wands. This person could feel like there's no peace. There's no rest. Yeah, it's like they made this commitment. They went into this contract thinking they were going to have 9 of Cups, multiple wishes coming true. But in reality, it was a trap. It created stagnation in their life. With cooperation in reverse, where you were in a partnership with this person and it was one-sided, they did not want to cooperate, they did not want to help you, they didn't want to work with you, it was unrequited. This person is now bound to another commitment where they are in your shoes. The blockage is they can't escape. They can't walk away. Yeah, this person was cold and ruthless with you. King of Swords. They didn't care. They were heartless. It was all about greed, and now they sit in the energy of regret. Because you're the star. You're being seen as the star. Your wishes are coming true. You're having victory and success. You're confident, you're creative, and you're abundant in your energy, whether it's come to the 3D yet or not. And so this person sits in the energy of regret. All this for jealousy. I feel this person wanted to make you jealous. They were cheating, lying, and stealing with a third party. They thought they were going to receive, for sure. They thought they were going to receive blessings. Jealousy. They're in devil energy. Dark, low vibrational, addictions. Player. Devil, Knight of Wands. They were misled by the devil by way of sexual energy and greed. Gluttony, basically. Jealousy. They're heartbroken. Overly emotional and heartbroken. Bound to the third party. Going nowhere fast. Miserable. All they can do is daydream now about communicating with you, co-creating with you, remembering that you were the person that made them happy, wanting to rush in, dream. Yeah. Wanting to charge in. Wanting to take quick action, dream. because now they see you as a soulmate. Now that their plans have failed, now that they're recognizing they went to a karmic dynamic, everything's falling apart, including their finances. They're miserable, they're unhappy. You're being viewed as a success. And so now they say you're their soulmate. With chat, they're trying to manifest communication. It's a false emperor. It's a tyrant. Chat. Please clarify chat. Whoops, chat. Yeah, again, they're in regret. The blockages, they're in regret. This feels like a dog with a tail between his legs. Just embarrassed, humiliated. You know, it's like somebody that's gone out and heavily drank and done a lot of stupid stuff that was videotaped, and the next morning waking up hungover and seeing the reality of what you did while you were under the influence. That's the energy it gives me. This person was under some sort of dark influence. They did all kinds of horrible, disgusting, shameful things. And now it's like the next morning energy. And they're being forced to face the reality of who they are and what they've done. They took a gamble and they're in a nightmare. They took a gamble and with a third party, and now not only are they in a nightmare, they're broke. And they're feeling abandoned by you. Go make that one make sense. Gamble. Yeah, they've been battling you with a 5 of Swords. They wanted to look like they won after they know good darn well they were the ones that deceived and betrayed you. They took a gamble with the intent to win, and it's going to end the same way it began, with them deceiving you, except for they're going to be in your shoes. Now they will be deceived. It's come full circle. That's the energy I'm getting. With family, this could be family members. This could be someone you had a family with, all operating in ego. You know, this person knows that you've been speaking the truth. They know you're not interested, and you're co-creating with God, and they don't like it. It has really triggered their ego. Because they don't want people to see you in your true light. They don't want people to change their perspective of you. Because then it's going to point out the fact that they're nothing but a liar and a deceiver. You're so heavily protected. You have your boundaries up, and the truth is coming to light. Truth's coming to light about all that they did with this third party. Truth's coming to light. With exam, they failed the test, but I'm also getting someone's getting bad news as it pertains to their health. This could be a really severe illness, a life-altering illness. This person was foolishly giving their sexual energy to a lot of lovers, all because they were in ego, they feel insecure, and they needed that to feel good. They needed their ego fed. Exam. Yeah. I feel like when this comes out, this person's going to try to hide the truth and manipulate the truth. They don't want people to know what's going on with them. They're going to try and keep it secret. They're going to try to create manipulation around what's going on in their life because they don't want people to know. With flexible, you shocked people with your ability to shift with grace. You didn't break. These are people that were wanting to win at all costs, surrounded by chaos and conflict, sending you chaos and conflict. Could have been dark magic, manipulation, a lot of illusion. There was a Queen of Cups in reverse involved, but you were too heavily protected. Flexible. You're too strong. You're too strong for it to make any type of impact, and it's all coming to light. God is shining the light on the truth as far as who is involved. God's shining the light. Someone that you were in a long-term commitment with that deceived and betrayed you now is trapped in a long-term commitment being deceived. They are on the other end of that experience. They can't walk away. This somebody was cold and ruthless with you because they were so greedy. Now they're in regret because they're carrying the burdens. They thought this was going to be a dream life, this investment. It was nothing that they anticipated. They feel sick because they were duped. Promise. Not only that, they see you're having victory and success and they're in mental anguish. With jealousy, this person, oh, I forgot cooperation in reverse. Let's get a couple for cooperation in reverse. Cooperation in reverse. I kind of combined those two, didn't I? Cooperation in reverse. This person, this false emperor is being taught a lesson in humility. Yeah. Their wishes and dreams aren't coming true. This person could be overindulging, drinking heavily. They're a player and they're facing an ending with the third party. With jealousy, this was the root of the issue here. They wanted to make you jealous. They were cheating, lying, and stealing with a third party, trying to make you jealous. This is somebody that was giving to multiples in this devil energy, player energy. Now they're heartbroken. Jealousy. They're in a karmic cycle. That wheel is turning in your favor, and this person has called in a karmic cycle. Yeah, a distorted King of Wands. Someone that operated from ego and fear, carrying heavy burdens, jealousy. Yeah, they were love bombed and gaslit. Love bombed and gaslit into believing an illusion. And now they want to communicate with you, person from the past, but you are gone. You have your back to the past. This person sits in the Four of Cups, knowing that this was the worst decision of their life and they can't undo what they have done. They haven't even tried. They haven't even tried to be accountable. There's no true remorse or regret here anywhere. This is all, they're in mental anguish for how it's affecting them. They don't care how it affected you or anyone else that they've hurt. They only care about their own wants and needs, and it's very sad. It's very sad. We just need to forgive and release this person to free ourselves so that we don't have this person's energy interfering in our life. Yes, it's going to come out in the readings because they're projecting, but releasing them through love and forgiveness, compassion and forgiveness, they can't interfere. They can project, and it's going to come out in the readings, but they can't do anything in your energy. They just can't. Let's see. Let's go with what lies beneath and see what's going on. Yeah, trash. This person, they acted like trash. They chose trash, and they're saying they hate nothing about you. All right, let's see. Yeah, coming in with a fake apology in regards to chasing a fantasy. Like you care. You don't. You're so over it. You're so over it. They're in their feels. They're emotional. They're a hater. They're secretly watching you from fake accounts and hiding it from the third party who's extremely jealous of you, collective. And why wouldn't she be? Or he be? You're amazing. Of course they're going to be jealous. This person has been trying to burn evidence. You can burn every last piece of evidence you think you got. But if God wants to expose you, watch how all that stuff resurfaces. Just watch. Game over for this person. Like, it's over. They got caught up. People are finding evidence. Wow. Yeah, there's proof out there. Red lipstick stains. There's proof coming out. The undeniable truth is about to come out for the world to see. A lot of disgusting sexual energy here. With sex shop, this person could have been having sex for money, selling their body for money. Somebody's going to get kicked to the curb, and they're going through bank failure. This is karmic consequences. I won't be surprised if police come out, because if this person was doing something illegal and the truth is coming to light, they're going to have to pay legal consequences for this. Yeah, keeping a promise. They could have made a promise to the third party. With tantric sex in reverse, this is exposure. Something distorted sexually is being exposed. They could have been doing it at work. I don't know. Were they making money at work doing things sexually? They're dealing with a homewrecker. Police. It looks like the police are involved, or they will be. Everything's falling apart. Their plan is falling apart. The blockage is drama that they cannot get out of. Yeah, you have emotional intelligence. This is why you were like, I'm out. With doing drugs, it came out in reverse. I feel like it's being exposed. If someone had addiction to substances, it's going to come to light. You already know the tea. You know what's been going on. This person's insecure. They're in fear, hiding. They don't know what's going to happen. They know something's happening. Look, there's going to be a divorce. Whatever contract they're in, that's ending. They were getting played. There was a lot of manipulation. The third party was playing them, lying to them. You're focused on true, certain love, real divine love. That's what you're focused on. You don't care about this person's mess. They know they effed up. They need to go to the doctor if they haven't already. Check yourself. They need to go to the doctor. There's something going on with this person. They need anger management. Their ego's too big. They don't want to take advice from anyone. Yeah, they're bound to a copycat, a wannabe empress or emperor energy. They have outdated thinking. Whatever it is that they've been doing, they always make bad choices. The old games don't work. Can't teach old dogs new tricks. This sounds like and feels like an older person. This is not someone in their 20s. This could be someone in their 40s, 50s, 60s. Too old to be playing these games. You're focused on your new beginning and true love. This person's destroyed, shattered, broken, and effed up. Let's get one last card here. Well, that's slapped right out. For some of you, there could be a pregnancy, an unwanted pregnancy, which all babies are blessings. I don't care. But or it could have been a lie about a pregnancy. Wow. Yeah. This person makes bad choices because they have fake friends in their ear that gives them bad advice. They're trying to get rid of the evidence so they can run away. Evidence of the betrayal. Evidence of whatever sexual things they were doing. They're so envious, but there's recording out there. And everything's about, it says watching Ish go down. There's a lot of gossip going on and there's an investigation. And someone's going to set the record straight about this toxic couple. Your past person and a bugaboo. They should have used caution. Oh, wow. This is crazy. This is like Jerry Springer of tarot is what it feels like. It is nuts. I mean, when someone is this deep in their ego, it's going to take earth-shattering experiences to shake the ish out of them. And that's what it feels like. The divine is coming in with a wrecking ball like this person has never experienced in their entire life and is going to shake the ish right out of this person. They're not going to be able to continue to fake stupid, fake confusion, like they don't know any better. No. When the spiritual realm is done with this person, they might need to get prescription glasses because this is what I'm seeing. Shaking someone and their eyeballs rattling. They're going to have to get a stronger prescription glasses. I don't know why I'm getting that, but all right. I think we're going to leave this reading here. I don't know what we're going to call this crazy reading, but a lot of info, a lot going on. You guys don't get in the middle of it. Don't let anyone suck you into the drama. This person in desperation may try to reach out to you to suck you in. This is not your karma. This is not your dilemma. This is not your problem. So stay out of it. let the spiritual realm take care of business, because that's exactly what's going on here. Spiritual realm is taking care of business. And maybe that's what we'll call this, because I really don't know what to call it. But all right, you guys, I love you. I'm scheduling. I only have one appointment left for next week, so schedule sooner than later. And if you're interested in meeting new people, check out Astro Divinity. I love you guys so much. You're amazing. And I will see you on the second reading. Bye-bye, guys.